morning. Welcome to Live at OCC. Today I have two guests, so I have two co-hosts also. Anyway, we have Yolanda, Resiant One, and we have LaTanya with Up and Running Travels. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, kind of say what they do, and then we're going to start chatting as a group. Thank you.
Okay, so how much time do I have to tell you what I do, Ms. Jeanette?
Not long.
Not long, oh, okay, let me see if I can, just sum this up. So my name is Yolanda Tyler. I am the founder and the executive director of the Resile One Foundation. So Resile is really Resil, which is the origin of resilience. So I say, I am one, you are one, and we are one. We all resilience, right? We all have a story of resilience, right? So the overall mission of the organization is that we empower, encourage, and provide relief to middle-class families who are facing a medical hardship. So we know the middle class, we drive the economy, right? So when we are in need, what happens? We don't get it. So now we have to fall into more of the lower income bracket to get any type of assistance. And that started from my story back in 2010, which pretty sure I will share a little bit more about that as we go on. But I also have other programs. The Bounce Back Project is actually catered to the Resile One mission, and that's up and coming. So what I would like to do with that is pay the rent or mortgage for a couple of months, but along with that, they will be required to go through a financial literacy course, be partnered with a financial advisor, and also a counselor or a therapist to help them while they're going through their hardship. Okay. Right? So then we have Earn Up Academy, which I'm sure Ms. Jeanette is very familiar with, where we actually provide financial education to the youth. So in the beginning, I was starting with high school students because I wanted to prepare them for adulthood. Now I found myself partnering with Off the Glass Squad, where they deal with the younger youth, like 6th graders, 11, 12-year-olds, and I'm loving it, right? So, and actually I have to give credit to my mentor, because initially he stated that I should start with 6th graders, and I'm like, no, I want to start with high school, because they're going into adulthood, not realizing if you start with them being younger, then you can ingrain that in them. And the whole purpose of Earn Up Academy within Resile One is, hey, let's get to these kids now. So when they find themselves, when they become an adult, then they're better equipped with the tools that a lot of us didn't have growing up. And I know I didn't, because back then I thought I was prepared for a rainy day, but I should have been prepared for the tsunami that happened. You know what I mean? So anyway, so then I also have Still Here Movement, Pop-Up Squad. We pop up in the community, we pop up and give our time, love, resources, whatever we have. You need us, Miss Jeanette, we're gonna pop up on you, okay. That's what we do. So, and so much other things we have going on. So I'm gonna stop right there, because I know I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, trying to get it in there. So,
Okay. So how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you for inviting me today. My name is LaTanya Phipps. I am a travel advisor. My name of my business is Up and Running Travel. Basically, I'm here for any needs. Up and running for wherever y'all want to go to travel. We do hotels, we do beaches, all the resorts. Things for kids are out there and adults. So whatever y'all want to do to have fun, to get away from the everyday life, I'm here for you.
All right. So, because I know summer's here, though the weather is nice. So, is it a lot of places for kids to, families to take their kids, and reasonable?
Yes. So I just came back from Jamaica, me and my daughter, but of course she's an adult. But when we got on the party boat, there was kids everywhere, and I'm like, where's the kids coming from? So in Jamaica, there's actually other resorts that cater to kids, and then the kids are allowed to come and hang out with the adults throughout the day.
Okay, so they have Because I know I went to Dominican Republic in January, and we stayed at the adult resort. But down the way, they had a kid resort, but they had a lot of stuff for the kids. Adults could go to the kid
Yes.
family, but the family couldn't come to the adult resort.
Mhm.
So is that like that in Jamaica? 'Cause-
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because when I
Yes.
went to Jamaica, we kind of was mingled with kids too.
Yes. Now, like Disney is for everybody, so that's the perfect place for families to go.
Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of families are taking cruises. You know,
Cruises is the thing to do. And just think about it, when you get on a cruise, you can send your kids to their own little area, and you don't have to see them until that night. So when you get on a cruise from like age, I want to say from 2 and up, they actually have different things for the kids to do while you go out and do your thing
Okay.
with the other adults.
Not a babysitter, but like a babysitter.
That part. Mhm.
Okay. And with you, okay, so what are your family side? I mean, families with kids or single moms, or do you all do everybody?
Oh, yes, you can be an individual. I was an individual at the time where I needed the assistance, and you can be a family.
And most of the times, we don't realize, as long as we're working, we have enough to pay what we need to pay until something happens. Then when something happens, you find out there's no resources out
Yes,
there.
and that's what happened with me. Because again, I had some savings. I was in my early 30s, so I'm thinking, then I was working. And I'm like, oh, I'm having kids, I'm not married. And, I mean, I was still out in the community,
But still,
good,
yeah.
but I had a little cushion over here. So I
And
thought,
one setback.
oh,
That's all the
I
time.
was still employed. I was just being ordered to be off work for an extended amount of time.
With no pay. You don't put nothing in and take it out, you don't have anything.
And I would say this, in my case, I had short-term disability up to a certain point, right? I didn't, so what went wrong, in which I'm sure my dad was looking down like, I told you to get this and get that. So I didn't have long-term disability. I laugh about it now, but, so that's what really hurt me, right? And yes, that is an additional cost coming out of my paycheck, because I had 401, I had other investments. When I say I exhausted all of that in my savings, but not understanding, yes, you need to have more than just 6 months worth of expenses. And that 6 months of expenses, not just your car note, your rent, right? This living, you have to eat, you have to put gas in the car, those type of things, so, yes. What I learned.
But see, now you can pay it forward.
Oh,
You can because again, when people going through stuff, it's a shock. You're going through it, so now it's a shock. Like most people are saying now, they've never been to a food pantry. You got to get through the shock of have to go to the food pantry first. That might take you a week when you don't have no food and you saying, oh, well, I don't want to go to the food pantry. Because when they hear that word, they thinking, I need. Well, you do need. That pride comes in. So once that pride leaves, now I got to find me a food pantry. So
I want to add to that. I was not aware that a food pantry existed for someone like me. I know that is so crazy. Okay, so I'm from a very small town in Tennessee called Paris. Right outside of Paris is a rural area called Mansfield, Tennessee. We grew up on a mini farm, right? So we grew our own vegetables and raised our own animals and that type of thing. So moving to a city, I didn't know something like that existed. So you just talking about educating people, that's one of the things I do now. There are resources out there that you probably really don't know. And there's a whole lot more out there now than there were in 2010, right? So if something were to happen to me now, I know there's more resources, but still, you make a certain type of money. And at that time, middle class, literally at that time, I made $1 over.
sound like what happened to me.
$1. True story. story. Not that I've been lying this whole time. But I'm just saying, I have to say true story because you're like, really? People, they're like, really?
Yes.
I called to get, to see if I can get assistance, what we call it food stamps, right? That lady told me, I had a car. She told me I would have to lose my car to get food. 80, well, what did she tell me? It would be 100 and maybe 123. I'm throwing out a number now, but I don't remember. And at that time, I had $82 to my name. 82. But I had a car. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not like I'm not employed. It's just, I can't work. So, okay, what if I lose my car and now I can't get to work and now I'm gonna lose my apartment because I can't get to work to pay my rent. So, I'm sorry, let me take that back. I did lie to y'all. $1.52 more over. I'm gonna leave it at that, but anyway. So, I had to convince my surgeon. I mean, I told him all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I feel fine. Well, come and see me. I'm sitting in the chair in pain and everything, looking at him dead in his face. Oh, I'm fine. All the while I'm screaming on the inside.
Because you needed to get
Because
back
I
to work.
needed to go to work.
Mhm.
I didn't have family in that type of resources to come in and say, hey, what do you need? Let me help you with this. So I know what it's like to really need, and it's just that I did not have that financial education that I needed at the time that I have now. So we need to get that out to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're making $15 an hour. We're gonna figure this out. Even if you have to put $2 a week somewhere or $2 a month somewhere. We have to do it. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I get a little passionate talking about this. I have a little PTSD when it comes to. It's real. Tell me.
Oh, yeah, it's real.
Oh, it's real.
It's real. But we have to start with the youth. Let's talk about it now. Where are you at right now? What type of mindset do you have? You tell me what you want. Let me see if we're going to figure out how we're going to get this. Because now I want you to come back to me at the end and say, you know what, Miss Tyler? I can't afford that Camaro that I thought I could afford. Because we're not just talking about the car. We're talking about the insurance, how much the tires, the windshield wipers.
Something happens.
Exactly.
Gas.
Gas. You just bought you just bought a whole set of new tires, and somehow you ran over something, and a nail got I guess stuck on the side of the car. Side of the tire. Oh no, they don't fix that. You have to buy a whole new tire.
Tire.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Yes. So, what is a good place to go? I mean, we deal with kids, so my thing is, some kids will never leave where they live at, or they will. Even Texas has a lot of stuff. I've been here 19 years. I keep on saying I'm going to travel Texas because there's a lot of things to do here. But sometimes you want to kind of go to the next state, or see something, some water or something. I mean, I haven't been to Galveston yet. I keep saying I'm gonna take a cruise out of Galveston. So
you know what? We need to take a cruise out of Galveston.
see.
So basically, going to Galveston is not that far from here. You can get on a ship in Galveston and you can go to Coco Cay, which is part of the Bahamas. You get off the boat and the kids have a good time. I mean, there's a whole water playground in the middle of the ocean. So it's perfect. Kids enjoy themselves. Yes, ma'am.
What about
Adults enjoy themselves too. That's when you're a kid and you come out. And you can just hang out with the kids and just have a good time. And a lot of times you see that the adults are having more fun than the kids.
I can see that.
Yes.
Like take a 3 day. They had 3?
They started 3 days. Actually, they started 2 days. So you can go from 2 to 5 days or 5 to 9 days, and they even have some over 30 days for cruises, but those are leaving out of Miami. The ones for the longer days are even out of Alaska, another area.
Yeah, because we're leaving out of Miami, so this will be the first one leaving out of Miami. Because I'm from California.
Yes.
Long Beach.
They have them in California too.
And they have that new ship, but you can't get on there until 2025.
Yes.
It's already booked.
Really?
Yeah, leaving out of Long Beach.
The Icon of the Seas or the Upton.
Now, is that supposed to be an Italian kind of
Okay, I'll have to look that one up.
yeah, I mean, this year was the first year, but they've already booked for this year. Yeah,
Okay.
because we looked at that one, but they was all booked until 2025.
I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on my first cruise in September. It's gonna be a Mediterranean cruise. I'm gonna fly into Rome, and then going to 2 places in Greece and Italy. Those are 8-day cruise. I'm excited about that.
That's gonna be fun.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm excited.
It's your first one too?
Oh, my first one?
Have you been to Rome?
No.
Have you never been international?
Dubai. That Dubai was my first. Okay, I'm lying to y'all again. Technically, my first trip out of the country was really the southern part of Texas that we call Mexico. Okay, we rode our motorcycle across the border, and I think we rode like maybe 50 miles in. So that was my first time out of the states, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I went to Dubai.
Yeah, we was going to go to Dubai, but I don't think so. I'm gonna wait a while.
No, it's not the time.
Now's not the time. I mean, with that rain they were having, I mean, this is just me. We're gonna go next year. I'm like, no, maybe 26, so we're going to Paris next year. Yeah. So, I just came back from Cuba, been there. Thank you, Lord, but I don't have to go back.
Okay.
Good trip, but I don't have to go back.
You can say you did.
I can say I did.
Yes.
So, okay. Anything else about your?
About my organization? So I have to look at my card. So I told you all about the bounce back, earn up, we talked about that. I did mention Still Here, the movement. We all have a story, right? I have multiple mottos, but one of the mottos I say all the time, your situation is temporary until you make it permanent. And I came up with that in 2010. Going through what I went through, being at home by myself, not really having that help. I'm in the bed and I couldn't move. And all the while I'm having to keep saying, this is temporary, this is temporary, this is temporary. And I'm talking to God the whole time. I know, God, this is temporary. Because I was thinking, this cannot be my life for the rest of my life. And at one point I told him, if this is my time, I'm going to need you to go on and do your thing, because I'm ready at this point. Because when you find yourself in that position where you're helpless, you've done all that you can do, and now you just saying, hey, I'm giving it all. So I'm saying temporary. It's just temporary. So, but you can make it permanent by what?
Making a change.
It's not. You just quit it. You just make your situation permanent. And that's not just with your health, with your wealth, your job. If you want to excel to the next level, you're not going to do it. You're not going to get there if you quit, right?
That's true.
So you may start off working at McDonald's. Guess what? That's temporary. Unless you just like doing it. And that's different, right? I'm just saying, if you're doing something you don't like doing, just remember it's temporary. You have to do this in order to get to the next level, right?
Stepping stone.
Stepping stone. But I will share that I also have the Billy Lee Tyler Scholarship Fund, and that's my father's name. So I had to put in his name because when I was a teenager, he would always say, Yolanda, don't go for these jobs just for the pay. Go for the benefits. Now, you know, at that age, I'm on my run. I had like 3 jobs, you know. I'm like, I'm trying to get this money. Not realizing until later the benefits.
Not the pay.
And not the pay. Because at that time, one of 3 jobs I had was UPS. I was like on a twilight shift. I think you worked like 4 hours or something like that. Had full-time benefits. Just when I got older, I said, you know, I could be retired from that place by now and all of that, right? So he was trying to instill all of that in me, but I think it was really his delivery. I think had he sit down and talked to me the way I do with the kids, then I probably would have.
Was his delivery, you heard, you didn't want to hear it?
I mean, my dad, when I tell you, he did not beat around the bush about anything. Now, he had 2 sons, but he talked to me like I was one of his sons because I later realized our last conversation before he passed away, he said, Yolanda, you should have been my son. Because he saw that I was so much like him. I was always on my grind. When I set my mind to do something, I go after it. Because he was saying, why are you getting all these men jobs? In my mind, because these men jobs, they get paid. What you talking about? But he wanted me to be ladylike, and I'm ladylike, but you know what I mean. I'm thinking, at that time they called them secretaries. $10. And then this engineering or mechanical, $20. Okay.
Got out.
But I got a lot of that from him. That was his character and his personality. So he's not realizing, I'm seeing how you work, how you grind, and I want to be like you.
So how could the people find you? Oh no, first,
Okay.
what is this scholarship for?
Oh, yes. I started talking about the scholarships. So, I'm going to be awarding 2 high school students who were part of the Earn Up Academy, and they also volunteered at the Pop-Up Squad. So, one is going to an HBCU, and then the other young lady, I can't remember which school she decided on, if she has decided yet, but so I'll be giving them both $500.
Okay, that's a blessing. So how could the people find you?
They can find me at resile1.org, and that is spelled RESILEONE.org. Oh, and I'm also on Facebook, Resile1, and then Instagram is resile.1.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, you can reach me at the email address is latanya.mteletravel.com. How to spell my name is LATONYA. Phipps is PHIPPS. .mteletravel INTELTRAVEL.com, or you can reach me on Facebook at Up and Running Travel. You'll see me also under Latanya Phipps.
Okay. Now, it's something else you do. And what I've been doing is kind of wearing braids when I go on my trips now.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's so comfortable, but.
So basically, I work full time for the federal government, and when I'm not doing anything, this is what I do. I do braids, I do weaves, I do kids, adults, men, little boys, whoever. Want their hair braided, I got you. So I do also do that, and you can reach me again on Facebook at Latanya Newton Phipps, NEWTON Phipps.
Okay. And Latanya is my cousin. So thank you for always supporting, and her family has supported from day one, my organization. So she does braids. She'll ask me, hey, you have any little girls that need their hair did? So she's also a sponsor and supporter of OCC and OCC Living. Matter of fact, she just dropped me off some clothes that Allison, she was like, tell her thank you. So yes.
We got some more for you.
And it's good, like you say, to have family that supports you when you're down and when you're up. So it does make a difference.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So you speak about packages, going on trips for families and individuals and couples, right?
Yes.
So I wanted my first cruise really to be on an adult cruise, actually, but that's okay. I'm fine with what we have going on. But I do have a question about the packages. Is there a way to maybe be on a payment plan, or do I have to pay anything up front? How does that work?
So yes, so basically when you request, figure out where you want to go and when you want to go, I would look it up, and yes, you can make payments. There's even a way for you to get credit, like basically get approved for credit, and you pay through the credit area, but you can pay like for a year out, every month, monthly payments of whatever it is you can make, or either over what we tell you to make, or whatever, the exact amount of what you would pay each month until you get to like 60 days before your travel. And then within 60 days, you have to have everything paid off.
Okay, so is there a minimum deposit that I would have to pay?
That would depend on the trip that you take. So like some of the cruises, you have to put down like, sometimes they can have as low as $50 a person in the room, or $200, so it just really depends on where you wanna go.
Oh, that's very reasonable.
Yes,
So you can lay away your vacation. So
I like that.
anybody,
lay away
yes,
your
lay
vacation.
away your vacation. We lay away everything else we want.
Yes.
You know, when Christmas coming with it, go get it, but don't lay away. So lay away some happiness, some stress-free, you know? So that means you can go anywhere.
Yes,
And
and
you get it
even,
affordable.
and even with that, you can put like all of your excursions, all that stuff, you can lay away all of that. So keep that in mind too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, ladies, hopefully you had a good time today.
I did. Thank you. I feel honored to be here. I appreciate you reaching out to me. And so that means you saw something in me. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for allowing me to come too, because I wasn't for sure how I was gonna get my information out there as far as the travel business, so I appreciate you. Thank you.
Appreciate you both. So if you need travel, if you're having a hardship with medical and you just need somebody to talk to, Yolanda. So thank you again for tuning in, and until next time.